We want to take you live out to the scene to Karen Campbell. She's at the daycare where that shooting happened this morning. And Karen, I understand you've been talking with some of the neighbors there. What are they saying tonight?
Well, and of course, hearts are still broken. They're going to remain broken for some time for the folks in this community, for the people at this charity church and daycare center, because the woman who was shot was doing what so many parents, so many others do, dropping off children at a safe place, a daycare center.
And this case has domestic violence survivors and advocates expressing anger and sadness tonight. You can see here a memorial is growing outside the daycare where the woman was killed Friday. And the director of Indy's domestic violence program through the Public Safety Foundation said this is the exact type of tragedy she tries to prevent from happening.
This was a brutal and evil attack. There is no doubt about it. And not his first one. He killed Krystal Walton. He attacked 2 IMPD officers with a rifle. He has no business, if convicted, to ever step foot out of a jail cell again.
A mother killed while dropping off her kids at a West Side daycare. It happened Friday outside of Charity Care on 10th and Holmes. Tonight, the victim's friends calls on lawmakers to take action. WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson with the plea and digs into the case of the accused killer.
There's Krystal smiling like always.
A book of memories.
There's me over there watching because we're trying to see who's going to win.
Signs saying, "We love you, Krystal."
We love you, Krystal!
A balloon release and prayer is how Krystal Walton's family and friends are coming together to remember her.
I love my mom. She was the best mom ever.
On the morning of September 16th, 2022, 32-year-old Krystal Walton arrived at Charity Childcare on North Holmes Avenue in West Indianapolis to drop off her 6-year-old daughter and 11-month-old son. As she returned to her vehicle after leaving the children inside, 5 gunshots rang out in the parking lot. Witnesses, including children in the daycare, saw her fall. She was pronounced dead at the scene from multiple gunshot wounds. The suspect, identified by police, was Orlando Mitchell, 33, the father of her infant son. Court records show Krystal had previously reported to authorities that Mitchell had threatened to kill her. Killers walk among us every day, ordinary people hiding unimaginable secrets. This is Killers Among Us, where true crime stories are told with just the facts, no speculation. A lot of research has been put into all the cases we tell, so make sure to share, like, and drop a comment to help the algorithm push these stories to more true crime lovers. Krystal Walton was born May 30th, 1990 in Indianapolis. She worked as a radiology technologist in healthcare. She had a daughter from a prior relationship. In approximately 2017, she entered a relationship with Orlando Mitchell. By early 2021, they had been together about 4 years. On February 21st, 2021, Krystal posted on social media announcing she and Mitchell were expecting a child. Less than a month later, on March 20th, 2021, while 4 months pregnant, Krystal called Indianapolis Metropolitan Police. According to the probable cause affidavit, Mitchell became enraged during an incident involving jealousy over contact from her daughter's father. He grabbed her by the hair, made threatening statements including, "I'm gonna F you up. I'm gonna mess around and kill you," forced her onto a bed, and told her to get rid of the baby. Her daughter intervened by jumping on Mitchell's back and yelling, "Get off my mummy." Krystal fled with her daughter to her mother's home, and reported the incident from there. Mitchell was arrested and initially charged with felony strangulation of a pregnant victim, criminal confinement, domestic battery, and intimidation. A no-contact order was issued April 6, 2021. In July 2022, Mitchell pleaded guilty to misdemeanor domestic battery in the presence of a child under 16. The felony charges were dismissed in the plea agreement. He received 363 days in jail, fully suspended, resulting in no additional incarceration time served for that case. He was placed on 1 year of probation, ordered to complete a 26-week counseling program, undergo a substance use evaluation, and comply with the no-contact order regarding Krystal and her daughter, except for child-related arrangements. He was prohibited from possessing firearms. On September 15, 2021, shortly after the plea process began, Krystal posted on social media that she had closed on a new home on September 8, 2021, and her son was born approximately 15 hours later. On May 8, 2022, Mother's Day, Mitchell posted a public greeting. Happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers out there. Krystal commented, "This post seems like it needs to be edited." Mitchell replied, "Krystal Walton, Happy Mother's Day to you also." That same day, he posted photos of their son at 8 months with the caption including, "Even if your mama tells you differently, Daddy loves you." On August 6, 2022, Mitchell arrived at Krystal's home unannounced, demanding to pick up their son a day early. Krystal refused and blocked the door with a couch. Mitchell forced entry despite the active no-contact order. When Krystal said she would call police, he stated, "This will be the last time you call for someone." She called his mother instead. He left after 5 to 10 minutes. Krystal reported the violation to authorities. The following day, August 7, 2022, Mitchell sent a text. "You have got to learn to be reasonable with me about my son. If you want to keep playing, I promise, I will not stop until you lose everything. That house, job, and your child. So it's up to you." On August 18, 2022, Mitchell posted a photo with their son captioned, "Baby mama ain't worth anything. She won't let me see my son." That same day, Krystal filed a petition in court to establish child support. A hearing was set for September 12, 2022. Mitchell did not appear. The hearing was reset to October 24, 2022. On August 30, 2022, a probation violation notice was filed against Mitchell for the August 6th incident. An arrest warrant was issued. On September 15, 2022, prosecutors filed charges of residential entry, invasion of privacy, and intimidation related to the August 6th violation. A second warrant was issued, with a motion for higher bond granted due to active probation status.
That incident happened August 6th. Mitchell is charged with breaking and entering a residence, violating a no-contact order, and intimidation. That no-contact order was part of a plea agreement that was reached in July this year for a domestic battery incident that goes back to March 2021. In that case, Mitchell pleaded guilty to domestic battery in the presence of a child under 16, charges of strangling a pregnant woman, Confinement and intimidation were dismissed as part of that deal. He served 1 day in jail with a year of probation. He was not allowed to contact the mother of their child except for arranging child care. A probation violation and an arrest warrant were issued against Mitchell August 30th in that case, which was likely now the result of violating the no contact order. We just received some court documents on both of these cases into the newsroom, starting to look at them, but they both involve the mother of their mutual child.
The next morning, September 16th, 2022, Krystal dropped her children at charity childcare around 7:30 a.m. Mitchell was waiting in the parking lot behind a light pole. He approached and fired multiple times as she returned to her vehicle. She died at the scene. Mitchell fled.
About 7 o'clock this morning, there have been family, friends, and neighbors all here gathering on that family of that victim that was shot and killed this morning. One neighbor telling me she doesn't feel safe in her own neighborhood.
It's not acceptable. It's not something that we want in our community.
Beverly Moore has lived in this neighborhood her entire life.
Where I've never seen what's going on today. To see this young lady laying over there deceased and her kids don't know that mommy's not coming home, that hits hard. It really hits hard.
Around 7 this morning, a young woman was shot and killed outside Charity Church after dropping her kids off at daycare.
This shouldn't be happening.
Police tell us the woman's children didn't see her get killed, but other children did.
And I know that there's trauma in that building right now for what those children saw, and God bless them. And God bless that lady that's laying there that's no longer with us.
Hours later, around 10:30 a.m., a 911 caller near 10th and Delaware Streets reported a man matching the description who stated he had killed his girlfriend at the daycare address. Officers located Mitchell holding a rifle. He refused commands to drop it. 2 IMPD officers fired, striking him in the leg. He was taken into custody. While being loaded into an ambulance, Mitchell stated to paramedics, "I shot that bitch," and repeated, "I shot that bitch in the face."
Hi, this is 911. Your phone dialed. Is everything okay?
No, ma'am. I'm sitting with a guy. He said he shot somebody, but I'm waiting on the bus. Y'all got to come and see him.
What did he say happened?
He said he shot somebody.
Okay.
He's right here on Peru and Delaware. He said he shot his girl or something. I don't know. But ma'am, I'm waiting on the bus. He's sitting right here.
Okay. Could you give me a description of him or what's his name?
He said he shot somebody on 10th and Holmes. She said, "What's your name, man?"
Don't matter.
It don't matter. He said it don't matter. So I'm waiting on the bus. So he's
Okay.
sitting right
What
here
is he
on
wearing? Like what
He's
color
wearing
shirt?
all black and a black hat.
He's a black male?
Yeah. I told him I'm waiting on the bus, so I can't sit here and wait.
Okay.
He said he shot somebody on 10th and Home.
Okay. Can you ask him when did this happen?
He said today, ma'am. I'm waiting on the bus, ma'am.
That's all right.
Okay, I'm just making a call for him. All right.
He's got the driver's side door open. We have not made contact. He's in the driver's seat now with the door open. Do you want it? 26 Tim, what do you want us to do? Oh!
If he doesn't feel normal, try and just keep eyeball.
Drop the weapon! Drop your weapon! Drop your weapon! Drop it! Now! Shots fired! Shots fired! Control! Shots fired! Please action shooting! Start more cars!
Shots fired.
Do an attack reload! Do an attack reload!
Officer fired.
Control, bike 18 fired. Don't move! Control, suspect may be down. He's down. Suspect's down. Control. Do not move! Control, police action shooting. Control.
If he doesn't go low, we'll try and just keep eyeball on.
Hold traffic. Hold traffic. You got a weapon. Drop the gun now! Drop the weapon! Go ahead. Don't move! Do not move!
Right, move.
It's hard to see through this glass. Where's the gun at?
It's right next to him.
Right here.
Right next to him. All right.
On you. Step up curb.
Step up curb.
Curb.
Police officer, do not move! All right, I want to see that other hand. Can we see the other hand?
Yep, I can see it. It's clear.
All right, Jeremy, you're going to be hands-on. Got the car. Go ahead and hold your up.
You got the car?
We got the car.
Okay. He's blinking. He's blinking. He is still moving.
2224, where are they at?
Tell them to hold off, please. Control, hold the radio, please. Jesus.
All right, here's what I want to do.
Go down traffic. Go down traffic.
Fucking, I don't know if I'm recording or not.
I don't know either.
I got you. I'm recording.
Do we have a, was it rifle only or rifle and handgun?
I don't know. Unknown.
Okay. All right, I want to move that rifle.
Okay.
So,
Can we step up?
No, you're not best up.
Yeah, you stay back. I'm
yeah,
good.
you stay back. So,
What
I'm
the
going to stay on target. Jeremy, you're going to pull that rifle away before you handcuff. Do you understand?
Good.
All right, we're moving.
Yeah, he does have a handgun under him. I can see it. He does have a handgun under him. He does have a handgun under him. You see it, Jeremy? Got it? Taking suspect in custody now.
Oh, that's here. Key. Yeah, key. Yeah, come on, Jeremy.
We got key.
I shot that in her face. Y'all want to shoot me in the leg? Just in case.
Okay. How many wounds on the guns do we have?
Yeah. Yeah.
On September 19th, 2022, Mitchell was charged with murder in Krystal Walton's death, plus the prior invasion of privacy charge.
So new here at noon, we have just learned Orlando Mitchell has been sentenced to 66 years for the murder of Krystal Walton. A jury convicted him on her murder outside an Indianapolis daycare back in September of 22. Walton had a protective order against Mitchell at the time and had even warned police she was afraid he would kill her. Walton was dropping off their then one-year-old son when she was shot. Her family says they are pleased with Mitchell's sentencing this morning, but they say it still is just not enough. Our Rich Nye was in the courtroom for today's sentencing. We're going to have more starting at 4 o'clock.
A vigil was held September 18th, 2022, outside the daycare. Krystal's daughter spoke. "I really loved my mummy. She was the best mummy ever."
Coming together in grief, hoping to send a message to the community. Earlier tonight, family and friends held a vigil for Krystal Walton, who was shot and killed Friday while dropping her children off at Charity Care's daycare center on the west side. Police say the alleged killer had threatened her life before, finally ending it on Friday. Well, WRTV's Meredith Hackler was at the vigil.
We love you, Krystal!
Krystal Walton's young daughter was among dozens of friends, family, and coworkers who all came together on Sunday to honor her life.
I love my mom.
We love you.
She was the best mom ever.
Krystal's funeral service was held October 1st, 2022. On July 10th, 2023, while Mitchell was transported from Marion County Jail to Eskenazi Hospital for a follow-up appointment related to his leg injury, he loosened his restraints during transport. Upon return to the jail sally port, he used the chain to attack and strangle 61-year-old Deputy John Durham, a 38-year veteran of the Marion County Sheriff's Office. Deputy Durham died from ligature strangulation. Mitchell took the transport van, crashed it into a utility pole outside the jail, and was apprehended. The sheriff's office stated policy required 2 deputies for such transports, but Deputy Durham had been assigned alone due to understaffing at the time. New policies were implemented afterward.
And our coverage of this breaking news continues with Rich Nye.
Rich is at the Marion County Sheriff's Office, and he looks at some of the policies not followed on the day of the deadly attack.
On the morning of July 10th, Deputy John Durham worked alone as he loaded Orlando Mitchell into a van for a medical check at Eskenazi Hospital. The Marion County Sheriff acknowledges that was against policy because Mitchell was already awaiting trial for murder.
2 deputies should have accompanied him to Eskenazi when he was charged with murder.
Why didn't that happen?
Well, staffing has probably got too complacent because we're so short-staffed.
The sheriff says his office has about 150 unfilled deputy positions. 2 deputies were recently terminated for substandard performance on the day Deputy Durham was killed in the Sally Port of the Adult Detention Center. 2 other staff, a major was demoted to captain, and a captain was demoted to lieutenant.
Coming up at 6 p.m., the changes in policy in transporting inmates already in place since the death of Deputy Durham. In Indianapolis, Rich Nye, 13 News.
Mitchell was charged with murder, robbery resulting in serious bodily injury, and escape in Deputy Durham's death. Prosecutors sought the death penalty, citing statutory aggravators, including the offense occurring while in custody, the victim being a law enforcement officer in the line of duty, intentional act during robbery, and prior responsibility for another death.
Prosecutors are officially pursuing the death penalty for the man who is accused of killing Marion County Sheriff's Deputy John Durham. That's what a judge told Orlando Mitchell this morning during his initial hearing for Deputy Durham's murder. A special judge has now been called in for this case because Deputy Durham was killed on courthouse property. Orlando Mitchell is being held without bond tonight in the Johnson County Jail.
For Krystal Walton's case, trial occurred in February 2025 at Marion County Superior Court. After 3 days of testimony, a jury deliberated approximately 1 hour and found Mitchell guilty of murder and invasion of privacy.
Orlando Mitchell is convicted for shooting and killing his ex-girlfriend, Krystal Walton. ITMate's Tim Spears talks with Walton's father about that verdict.
Krystal's father said this verdict feels like a victory, but it's only step 1. He wants to see the maximum punishment possible during sentencing on April 1st.
Krystal is looking down on us right now. This is what I just shared with the family, and I know she's overjoyed with the outcome.
Surrounded by family, Krystal Walton's father, Christopher, said it's been a tough journey to this verdict.
We've waited a long time for this.
Not only having to sit in the same courtroom as the man who killed his daughter, but also watching surveillance video entered as evidence of the moment Mitchell shot Krystal outside a daycare in September 2022.
That was a lot to take, just to see your daughter who had no choice. She didn't even stand a chance, and this creepy predator just violently, viciously attack her. Being the coward that he is or whatever, I don't want to put too much on record about him because there's no value there.
Jury deliberations only took about an hour.
We knew the outcome, so again, we're jumping for joy on the inside, but at the same time, we're still trying to figure out why this, what we call due process, hurts so bad.
Christopher plans to speak at Mitchell's sentencing and teach his grandchildren about the mother they lost.
The most important part is raising her offspring and making sure that they don't travel down the same road and make some of the mistakes that we all too often see, in society.
On April 1st, 2025, he was sentenced to 66 years in the Indiana Department of Correction, 65 years for murder, plus 1 year for invasion of privacy. violating the protective order. He received credit for 746 days served.
Orlando Mitchell will spend the next 66 years in prison for murdering his ex-girlfriend, Krystal Walton.
That's right. The judge gave him the maximum sentence. ITMate's Cody Fisher speaks with Walton's family.
As a father, as a parent, no matter what he put out there, it could have been triple life. It wouldn't have been enough.
That's because of what Krystal means to her family.
Krystal was very well loved then, now, and forever. She'll never, ever be forgotten.
Orlando Mitchell murdered Krystal outside a Hawville daycare in September 2022 as she was dropping off her kids, including Mitchell's own son. At the time, Mitchell had a restraining order against him for choking Krystal when she was pregnant with their son. He also had an active warrant for his arrest for violating probation connected to that case.
We tried to do what we could or whatever, but again, like the judge said, the paper on it had no weight. It had no, there was nothing you could do to stop with.
The trial for Deputy Durham's death, originally set for August 2026, was delayed to February 2027. On September 16, 2023, the one-year anniversary, Krystal's father organized the first annual Running Away from Domestic Violence 5K at Washington Park in Indianapolis.
As well as possible, yeah. It's been an interesting journey, but we're here.
Tomorrow marks 1 year since the death of a mother shot and killed outside a daycare while dropping her children off.
Krystal Walton's father is hosting an event to remember her this weekend at Washington Park. Today he spoke exclusively to WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson.
Of course, we love her.
Loving Krystal Walton is something her father, Chris, and family will never stop doing.
She's what a beautiful child. It's just a beautiful, beautiful young lady.
September 16th marks 1 year since Krystal was killed. Police say she was shot by the father of her son, Orlando Mitchell, while dropping her children off at daycare. Court records show Krystal filed numerous domestic complaints against Mitchell. He's also accused of strangling Marion County Sheriff's Deputy John Durham to death during an escape from the jail in July.
Everybody knows what we're seeking as far as this animal is concerned, and we want the highest level of punishment that can be rendered, and we want to see that through. So we don't know much about an upcoming trial. We haven't heard about any dates or anything like that, but with this last act that he just performed and the recklessness that was displayed and how it affected the city, several lives, families, this and the other, I think that it speaks for itself.
While the Waltons wait on the justice system, they invite the community to Washington Park on Saturday for the first 5K and Day of Remembrance for Krystal.
We're going to have a really nice segment called Remember When. It'll give everybody, whoever wants to, a chance to come up and say a little something about it. We're going to have some fun games. We're going to have music. We're going to have food out there. It's the first one, so it's kind of trial and error. And then we're going to have a wonderful race.
Chris also wants Krystal's legacy to represent her dedication to her children, her fight against domestic violence, and love.
I want them to remember her. I want them to remember her strength. I want them to remember what she went through to get where she was when she left the earth. I want them to remember her smile most of all.
Rachel Wilkerson, WRTV.
All information presented comes from public court records, probable cause affidavits, police reports, trial proceedings, and official statements. That's the full story of Krystal Walton. New cases drop every Thursday and Sunday. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss one. Thank you for watching Killers Among Us. Until next time, stay aware. The killers are among us.